Hello friends, today we are going to start our new series Clinical Grand Rounds in Pulmonary Medicine. In this series, I will discuss routine patients which we are managing in ward, how to approach these patients, how to investigate and how to diagnose and of course how to treat these patients. So I'll make this video in Hindi or English both so it can reach up to maximum people. So approach to a patient may be different for you and different for me. So if you think that your approach is more appropriate, then please write in comment box. I learned that approach from you people. So let's see our first case today. So he is 56-year-old gentleman. He has presented with cough, chest pain for 3 months. And there was no signs and symptoms of infection like fever, loss of weight and loss of appetite. And he is chronic smoker. So middle-aged person, he presented with cough, chest pain and he is chronic smoker. So as obvious, first investigation choice is chest x-ray, which is very basic. Okay, so this is the x-ray of this patient. So what is the finding? So if you see carefully this x-ray, and you should not forget your ABC, rotation, exposure, all these things. So if you see carefully in this x-ray, there's slight rotation. So how to see rotation? You have to see medial end of clavicle. If you see right side, it is little outward as compared to left side, which is there in midline. So slightly rotation is there. Then if you see carefully, there is evidence of emphysema because patient is middle age and patient is chronic smoker. So we have to look for emphysema also. For emphysema, we have to count anterior ribs. So anterior ribs, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So up to 9 ribs we can see in this chest x-ray. So definitely there is emphysema in this x-ray. Okay. Now coming to opacity or lung parenchyma. So in lung parenchyma you can appreciate there is opacity in left lower zone. This is irregular opacity and the thing is that it is not silhouetting cardiac border. So you can make out cardiac border very clearly. Okay. So this is heterogeneous opacity not leading to silhouetting cardiac border. And one thing you can appreciate, there is slight volume loss on left side. So you can see upper mediastinum, there is perfectly midline. But if you see lower mediastinum, then you can appreciate there is shifting of heart towards left side because left side there is slight volume loss. So mediastinum shift is towards left side. So along with this opacity, there is slight volume loss on left side. So this is X-ray finding in our case. So what is the next investigation? You have found that there is opacity in left lower lobe. To confirm this opacity, to confirm border of this opacity and nature of this opacity, we have to get CT scan done. The ideal CT scan is contrast CT, CECT, but unfortunately this patient came with non-contrast CT. So if you see CT carefully and you can appreciate lobes. So first we have to identify carina. So carina is, this is carina where trachea bifurcate into left bronchus and right main bronchus. So you can appreciate that there is no abnormality in upper part of CT scan, that is above carina. But below carina, you can appreciate there is origin of opacity in left lower lobe, right? So there is left lower lobe opacity. For for that appreciation betterly, you have to see mediastinal window. So in mediastinal window, if you see carefully, you can find there is irregular margin, lobulated mass in left lower lobe. So you can see this is mass in lower lobe, which is irregular surface and lobulated type of nature, and there is no significant pleural effusion, but there is slight volume loss on left side. Okay, now question is how to approach this opacity. Okay, this is commonly asked question by examiner, how to approach, how to take biopsy of this patient, because the suspicious is of malignancy, because patient is chronic smoker without infective symptoms and with this left lower lobe opacity. Definitely we have to rule out malignancy. For malignancy we have to take biopsy for histopathology. So biopsy can be taken by two methods, either bronchoscopic or ultrasound guided biopsy. Okay, so which one would you like to do? You can write in comment box also. But remember one thing, if any opacity which is touching chest wall, like this opacity, it is touching chest wall. Okay, so any opacity which is touching chest wall, percutaneous biopsy is procedure of choice, like by ultrasound guided or CT guided. So ultrasound is more preferable because this is involving that zero radiation, no radiation. Okay, if any opacity which is there in central part without touching periphery, then bronchoscopic is the diagnostic procedure for that patient. In our patient, opacity is touching periphery. So in my opinion, ultrasound guided biopsy is more preferable. Okay, so we have done ultrasound guided biopsy. One more reason not to do bronchoscopy is that in bronchoscopy, as you know, we are able to take very small biopsy sample only, and many times pathologist says that sample is insufficient. If pathologist says sample insufficient, will come back to zero. Okay, so ultrasound guided biopsy gives large chunk of tissue. So if you have both choices, then I would go to ultrasound guided biopsy. So bronchoscopy is not comfortable for patient as compared to ultrasound, which is more comfortable for patient. So definitely we did ultrasound guided biopsy. So remember one thing, when you are doing biopsy, any biopsy, you have to take at least two sample. One is for microbiology, another for histopathology, because in developing country like India, TB is the most common disease in pulmonary medicine. So think of TB in every patient of that chest disease or pulmonary disease. So you have to send sample for tuberculosis like gene expert and anxiety culture, and remember that you have to send sample in normal saline only. Don't send sample microbiology in formalin. Okay. Second sample you send pathology department, histopathology department in formalin chamber, in formalin that vial. So you have to take two sample, one for microbiology, one for histopathology. So in our histopathology, they have reported as adenocarcinoma. Okay, and TTF and nepsin was positive. It means it is primary lung adenocarcinoma. It is not metastatic. It's clear? Okay. So now you have patient of middle age patient, chronic smoker, left lower lobe mass with adenocarcinoma. Now your duty is to manage this patient, or you have to treat this patient. So remember, when you are getting adenocarcinoma, you have to send sample for target therapy. You have to send for molecular test like at least for EGFR and ALK. In India, drug for EGFR like geftinib, elotuzumab, osimertinib is available, and for ALK like crizotinib is available. So at least send these two target or molecular test, EGFR and ALK. Okay, and unfortunately in our patient, in this patient, EGFR and ALK both were negative. So we cannot give target therapy. Okay. So now final diagnosis in this patient is left lower lobe lung mass, etiology is adenocarcinoma with EGFR negative. So any patient of lung malignancy, before management or for management, we have to do staging. What stage patient is there. So for staging purpose, we have to do some investigation. So I'll ask you, what investigation would you like to do for further staging? Like, will you do CT scan thorax and abdomen, or you will do bronchoscopy, or you do PET scan? Okay. So bronchoscopy definitely is not required, because once you have diagnosed adenocarcinoma and your tumor size is more than 7 centimeter, then no need to do bronchoscopy, because we have diagnosed already. So bronchoscopy is definitely not needed. Now, between CT thorax and abdomen and PET scan, if you have facility of PET scan, then go for PET scan, because PET scan can tell you other metastasis which is there other than abdomen and thorax, like prostate, like skeletal muscle, like anywhere. So PET is the diagnostic choice for these patients for staging purpose. So fortunately we have PET scan, so we asked patient to do PET scan. So PET scan was done. In PET scan, they have given that the mass which we have taken biopsy was size more than 7 centimeter, more than 77. Okay, there is involvement of bilateral mediastinal lymph node and right supraclavicular lymph node, and there is solitary skeletal lesion. So what is the staging for this patient? Okay, so staging, if you see this chart, this is the latest TNM 9th edition. Okay, so in this patient the size of mass is more than 7 centimeter. So if you see this chart, if mass is there more than 7 centimeter, then it is T4. Okay, and regarding N stage, in this patient there was right supraclavicular lymph node. So remember, if there is supraclavicular node, whether ipsilateral or contralateral, if you find supraclavicular lymph node, it is N3 stage. So this is N3. This is supraclavicular lymph node. Okay. Now patient had solitary skeletal lesion also, means outside the thorax. So outside thorax is M stage. So this is M1B. M1B is single extrathoracic metastasis in single organ. So if you want to manage this patient, you have to see staging in 1, 2, 3, 4 also. So 1, 2, 3, 4 also. So remember, whenever there is distance metastasis, there is involvement of M, stage is 4 only. Okay, if you find M the TNM M, then stage is 4 automatically. In our patient, it was M1B and N3. So stage is 4A. Our patient stage is 4A. Now final diagnosis is a middle-aged male with chronic smoker. Diagnosis is left lower lobe lung mass, etiology adenocarcinoma, EGFR negative, and stage is 4A. Now, how will you manage this patient? How to treat this patient? So, regarding whole treatment, we will talk in some other class. But I must tell you that if there is stage 4 lung cancer, then surgery is ruled out. Radiotherapy is ruled out. We have to treat with chemotherapy only. And in adenocarcinoma, drug of choice is cisplatin or carboplatin with pemetrexate. One cycle in every 20 days for 6 cycle, and we have to repeat PET scan or CT scan every third cycle to see progression or stability of disease. So we have given cisplatin and pemetrexate. After 3 cycle, we have repeated X-ray. In X-ray you can see there is similar X-ray. X-ray is not much difference. So this is similar X-ray. So to see correct stability of disease, you have to do PET scan. Okay, by PET scan only we can see definitely that patient condition is stable, progressive, or it is regressive. Okay, so this is how we have to manage this type of patient who's having lung malignancy. This is how to approach, what investigation to be done, and how to manage this patient. So if you like this type of CGR, so I can continue. You can write in comment box. I'll make more videos on clinical ground round is pulmonary medicine. So if you like this video, please like it, share with your friends, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it. See you again with another case. Thank you very much.